Hey guys, Dr. Dobson. We're going to be going over a case that we did to save a canine tooth. Here's some progress photos. This is as the patient presents. The tooth 3 has fractured off to the gum line. Really not much left to work with. Options to extract an immediate implant or massive gingivectomy and crown. So we decided to do a gingivectomy and crown. Here's where we ended up before we scanned, and then we manufactured the crown. You can see the gums are super inflamed at delivery. We did a little bit of recontouring as there was some excess material here and the shade was off. And then we did some custom staining. Here's where we ended up. This is a post-op like a month prior or month after, and you can see that the gums have healed up nicely. So we'll get into the meat of the case. The tooth had fractured off. This is an x-ray that we had on file. Implants to the left of it means that we can't really just make a bridge. So you'd have to put another implant in, and then a tooth with a post to the right of it, and we don't want to mess with that either. So basically it's either extract and immediate implant or just work with what we had there, which is what we did. Here's some teaser footage. We did a huge gingivectomy on the palatal and the buccal, and then we prepped it, scanned it, milled it in-house, monolithic zirconia, custom stained it, and then delivered it. And then here's the post-op. Gums are happy. So we'll get into the footage from the start here. We're going to start with our electric cautery tip and just start basically blasting away gum tissue until we have a satisfactory amount of ferrule, which basically means that we're going to have to trim the gum tissue all the way down to the bone. And actually I posted this case on Dental Clinical Pearls, and it generated some controversy because some people are very against biologic width violation, but I am not. So this is how I like to approach these cases. I think it makes more sense. So gingivectomy on the palatal here, basically just being very aggressive with our tissue removal so that we have enough tooth to work with. Patient felt something, so we're going to put some more freezing in and then continue on the buccal. Going to fast forward here. Basically finished with our gingivectomy there, so we're going to add a little bit of core material and we're going to drill into the root canal. I actually did this root canal, and then put our Toffelmeyer on, and then bond some Equia Forte. And then we drill a little bit into the canal for a post-like effect with the core to get some extra retention. And then we're gonna let that set and then go on with our prep. So we're pretty much, this is finished with the gingivectomy, and now it's just prepping the tooth. So just gonna take a chamfer burr and do a standard prep all the way around. And then once we're finished prepping, we are going to get our scan, send the patient home with no temporary, and then get them back the following week. Or maybe we did this one same week. I can't remember. I can do same day cases. Here's the scan. I'll usually get the contralateral side so that my designer knows what the other side looks like for aesthetics. Ended up overbuilding it, but there's a scan. We got basically as far down as we could to the bone so that we have as much ferrule as that we can squeeze out of it. You can see the original crown margin here, and so this is all gained ferrule from the gingivectomy. We mill it in-house in the colon, and then we made a couple of shades so that we could have best aesthetics possible. I'm gonna sinter and polish those, and then here's the delivery. There they are, polished. OM3 I think it ended up being, and a little bit too white and a little bit overbuilt, so we're gonna end up trimming it down. There's the final after contouring and custom shading, and then you can actually see where the margin of the custom staining is there. And then the final, this is after about a month had passed by, a little bit of food there we didn't clean out. The gums are happy and healthy, so biologic width, I mean, you know, everybody has their opinions on that, but We are going to, this is the custom staining after we would have tried it in and saw that we were too light on the shade. I'm going to fast forward through this quick. And then this just goes into a porcelain furnace for about 20 minutes. We'll check periodically intraorally, and we're just squeezing it with some articulating paper forceps and just checking the shade until we're satisfied. This is a product called Mio, chairside custom staining system. And we're gonna bake it in the porcelain furnace, make some adjustments for the contact and aesthetics. We're gonna leave this crown about 0.4 millimeters out of occlusion. And then once we are satisfied with everything, a little bit more contouring for aesthetic matching, we'll finish with a fine diamond and then polish it with our wheels, chairside. And then we're going to be ready to cement. We'll pumice the stump, use the Ivoclean on the intaglio of the crown, and then bond it with a self-adhesive resin cement. Dry off the prep, and then bond the tooth. And you can see how angry the gums are, and that will self-resolve. We'll cure the Panavia SA, clean off the cement, and then that's pretty much it. Going to warn the patient that the gums are going to be tender and inflamed for a good few weeks. Check the contacts. And that's pretty much it. I'd say a good outcome for this one. I don't have any concerns structurally, although we did advise the patient that it's not going to be as durable as an implant would have been. I'd say that this is a good outcome given the somewhat minimally invasive nature of the procedure.